My name is Shannon Egan Gray, and I'm a Diamond Beachbody coach. I've been a coach since July of 2014, and I made it my full-time job in March of 2015. Um, a little bit about me. I'm a cardiac nurse. I'm a stay-at-home dog mom. I'm 29 years old. I've always had a, passion for health and fitness, and yeah. So let's just start off by saying thank you for getting on here and listening. I hope my story inspires you to want to maybe become a coach, or maybe even you just know somebody whose story is like mine, or you can relate to somebody else's story, because literally that's what Beachbody coaching is, sharing your story of health and fitness. And so yeah, cool. Anyhow, I started off basically Beachbody coaching before I even knew what Beachbody coaching was. I was doing T25 and I was getting great results, knew nothing about what a Beachbody coach was, and I was sharing it with everybody like wildfire. Everybody's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm a Beachbody programmer or whatever." So I was telling all those people about T25, and I'm sure a ton of them went out and ordered it, and you're welcome to all those other Beachbody coaches that I now know got those free leads because I was just sharing it. So I shared it with my sister, and my sister had already heard about it. Oh, fancy that. Somebody had already heard about Beachbody, and she actually had a coach. Her name is Catherine, and she's now my coach. But anyhow, so she's like telling me, yeah, I ordered T25 and Shakeology and this, that, and the other, and basically was like telling me of all this stuff, and I'm just like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. I don't need all that. I don't need a coach. I've been doing it fine on my own. I don't know. I didn't know what that was. So as soon as I got off the phone with her, I, of course, researched the crap out of it, and I saw all these successful Beachbody coaches, and I was like, golly, look at this. This is cool. And literally at that time, I just wasn't ready. I was just like, okay. I had a little nugget in my back pocket, and I left it there. Then June came, and I had my own little health scare with cancer, and my grandfather died of cancer, colon cancer, and 4 days after my grandfather passed, my dad, who was 60 at the time and looked relatively healthy, needed open heart surgery. So I'm like, what the heck? Being an adult cardiac nurse, I'm no stranger to health issues. I get it. But it really kind of sunk in at that point where I was like, what's going on? Like, where do we need to stop the trend? What's going on with me? I needed something. I needed to be able to stop the trend, basically. So I kind of took that little nugget out of my back pocket with Beachbody coaching, and I was ready. I literally called my sister up, and I was like, let's do this. Where do I sign? Do I need to sign on the dotted line? Like, I need to do this. Like, so she got me in touch with Catherine. I knew Catherine not from Adam. I had no idea who she was, but I knew she was a coach, and I knew she could help me. And so I signed underneath Catherine, and she has done nothing but help me. So she's the reason why I'm where I am today. That and my hard work, because you can't get anywhere without working hard, right? If anything's worth having, you got to work for it. So, with that being said, yeah, I became a coach because I wanted to share the love. I wanted to share what I knew with health and fitness, because I had already done my own research. Being a cardiac nurse, I was no dummy when it came to preventable health issues. I was seeing people that were younger and younger in these hospital beds, 20s and 30s, with heart attacks, type 2 diabetes, which I now know is preventable if you just, watch what you're eating. All this stuff, I just wanted to learn. I wanted to teach people, but with cardiac nursing, I was teaching people that didn't care. There was like this small minority of people that wanted to hear what I had to say and would actually apply it. And some of them acted interested, but I knew as soon as they left that hospital, they were going to go buy their 12-pack of Coca-Cola and their chicken biscuit and be done with their day. And I'm like, what? Like, why am I telling these people this when they're not going to change? And also, what I'm learning with healthcare too, it's like they're getting more strict with what they're going to, reimburse hospitals. And it's the nurses that aren't teaching these patients, but really it's like, when do we hold the patients accountable? So enough with that. I needed to get to people before they were sick in that hospital bed, or like when they were just on their verge of, like getting a shocking diagnosis that they wanted to do something and they wanted to, fix their way of life. So that's really why I became a coach. I love it. Every time somebody tells me, they've brought their cholesterol down, or they're fitting into a different size jean, or they're able to wear their wedding ring that they haven't wore in 3 years. Like, these are the people I know I'm getting to because they're doing something right. They're focusing on their nutrition. They're focusing on their health. They're drinking Shakeology every day. They're getting their workouts in, because that stuff wouldn't be happening if they weren't. So that's why, that's, oh, I love it. Oh, it's so rewarding. Anyhow, let me just quit with that. How, when, how, why. Yeah, I'm blanking because that's what happens when I ramble. um, what it's done for me, those rewards, when people tell me that they, had those little non-scale victories, as I call them, or thank me, like that's what it's done for me. I know that I'm getting to people and I'm helping people, and it's all because I'm sharing my journey and learning myself, and I'm holding myself accountable, and that's really what it boils down to. I'm able to focus on me while helping others and just sharing my journey, and that's great. That's great to me. Um, what it can do for you really is exactly what it's done for me. You can do what you want with this business, and that's the great thing about it. You can turn it into a full-time business. You can, there's no cap on it either. Like, you are the person that gets you to where you want to be. Like, the harder you work, the more your business is going to grow. And we're here to help you do that. Like, that's, you have a freaking team of people that want to help you succeed. And when you succeed, that means you're helping other people. Like, I don't know. It's like you're helping people. Like, what isn't more rewarding and satisfying than that? Um, it can just be a side hobby. They're like, oh, I really like health and fitness. I might be able to help a few people. With, that's it. That's what you can do with it. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can just use it as something to hold you accountable and help you, get press play every day and focus on your nutrition. That could be it for you too. But literally, the great thing about this is it's yours. Like, it's your baby. Like, you can do whatever you want with it. And I have decided that it's going to be my full-time career, and I love it. I'm able to work from home. I'm able to help people. I'm able to make my own schedule. Like, not that nursing isn't great, because I'm still a nurse and I work with a great bunch of people, but I also don't have to go every day and be dissatisfied with my job, and just kind of come home upset. And you can ask my husband. I would come home and I would spend 12 hours in the hospital, and I would be mentally drained and physically drained, and I would just, and he would see it, and it was written all over my face, and it was almost kind of upsetting to me that I would spend these hours talking to people that didn't want to change, and now I get to spend however many hours a day I want talking to people that do. So that's kind of the difference, as far as like the reward is, I get to see their outcome. When the patients would leave, the only time I would get to see their outcome is if they ended up back in the hospital, which is clearly not the outcome I wanted to see. This, I get to see the progress of people and, how they've learned. And then they get to thank me in months to come. And I'm just like, oh, thank you. No, thank you. I'm freaking crazy too. So people get to see how crazy I am. So that's another thing. That's another thing I like. I don't have to hide it. I'm a nut. And, you either love it or you don't. And I don't care either way. So yeah, what it can do for you, like I said, it can do whatever you want. That's the beauty of it. You have a whole team of people here that are going to help you too. So whatever you decide, the world is your oyster. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my crazy self, and I'm sorry if I rambled because I like literally recorded this like 6 different times and it would stop. So I'm gonna stop now before it cuts off. Okay? All right. Well, if you have any questions, I'm here. Or the team or whoever you want. Okay? Bye.